Federal officials say the devastation from last week's deadly tornadoes in the south is unlike anything they've ever seen. They toured the storm damage today, as you can see here in this video, and the Obama administration promised that help and aid will continue to flow in. That's something that survivors are expected to need in the coming weeks. Right, it might be hundreds, it also might be thousands, but as Fox 4's Bob Hess explains, many families lost both. The National Guard has been brought into areas that were the hardest hit by the tornadoes.
Yep. In just a few minutes. Ladies.
All right, thank you, Joe. Missouri is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to keep federal officials from blowing a 2-mile hole in a levee on the Mississippi River. Rising water is threatening Cairo, Illinois, but blowing the levee would flood farmland in Missouri, and the state argues it would crush the region's economy. As this plays out in court, the mayor and National Guard troops are forcing everyone out of Cairo. Shelters in Kansas City are jumping in to rescue animals affected by flooding in southeastern Missouri. Crews carted up to 65 animals today from areas where high waters have created high anxiety. Places like Wayside Waifs and Animal Haven are helping out. A controversial airstrike in Libya, and it's leading to mob attacks on the ground. Right, there's an inspiring effort by a Kansas City man that would steer youth away from crime and trouble. The final mission just can't come soon enough for the crew of Endeavour. It's another delay. The problems NASA is dealing with and when the shuttle could finally take off.
If the tornado were to touch down, let's say, in downtown Kansas City, it would have gotten to Topeka, believe it or not, 63 miles on the ground. Can it go further west? Yep, all the way out towards the west side of Topeka.
We talk about how awful those tornadoes were, and I think that graphic that you put together just totally put it into perspective.
You want to go flip it and go east along I-70, it would have passed Concordia, it would have passed Sweet Springs, and would have finally lifted about 15 miles east of Sweet Springs, Missouri, towards Boonville.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And they're dealing with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much.
Well, angry mobs have set fire to the British and Italian embassies in Libya. It happened after NATO airstrikes hit Muammar Gaddafi's family compound. Libyan officials say the bombs killed one of Gaddafi's sons and 3 of his grandchildren. Britain is now pulling its Libyan ambassador out of the country, and the UN says it's pulled 12 staffers out of the Libyan capital. Gaddafi has called for a ceasefire, but he has not halted his assault. NASA is delaying the final launch of Space Shuttle Endeavour once again. Crews need to keep repairing a bad heater system. It keeps the shuttle's fuel lines from freezing and rupturing in space. NASA thought it would be fixed by Monday, but now they say they're not so sure. This will be Endeavour's last mission after a 30-year run in space.
We'll tell you more about that in just a few minutes. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Jim. Real quickly, we just want to let you know that President Obama is expected to make a late-night speech. He's not announcing his topic, which is very unusual. He's expected to take the podium, they said, about 10:30 Eastern time, which, of course, is 9:30 Central time. As soon as he takes the podium, of course, we're going to break into our regularly scheduled newscast and take that live. Meanwhile, back here at home, people in Missouri may soon get a chance to buy some prime prison front property.
For the March of Dimes.
Yeah, they also celebrated stories of survival. Fox 4's Zhao Zhao Shen introduces us to 2 mothers who helped one another through their darkest hour. Breaking tonight, Fox News is confirming that Osama bin Laden is dead, and we are waiting for President Obama to make a late-night statement on this in just a bit. But, Joe, real quickly, the Associated Press is confirming that Osama bin Laden is dead and actually that the United States has the body. Of course, as soon as the president is going to be speaking to us in just a bit, of course, we will take that live here on Fox 4 News at 9. But for now, let's go to Joe for a look at your forecast.
No.
And
Okay.
we're still awaiting the president to take the podium, but I believe we're going to cut into Fox News programming. Liz, are we able to do that? Not able to do that just yet, so we're working on a feed in order to get that and bring that to you live. But in the meantime, still waiting for the president to take the podium and talk about the fact that Osama bin Laden is dead. The Associated Press is confirming that, and that the United States does have his body. That's all we know right now. I'm scouring the AP wires, Fox News. That's all anybody has put out. As soon as we know more information, we will let you know. Now we're going to cut into programming on the Fox News channel for the latest information.